The stage was set at Soldier Field, Chicago, under the blazing Monday Night Football lights. The Vikings, led by rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy, faced a Bears team hungry to prove their rebuild was complete. With both teams eyeing a strong start in the NFC North, the atmosphere was electric, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. This game wasn't just about division bragging rights. It was a clash of young guns. McCarthy, the number 10 pick from 2024, stepped onto the NFL stage for the first time after a knee injury sidelined him last season. Across the field, Bears QB Caleb Williams, the 2024 number 1 pick, aimed to shake off a rocky rookie year under new head coach Ben Johnson. Vikings fans, you felt it, right? That mix of nerves and excitement as our Purple Warriors took the field, ready to make a statement. Could McCarthy handle the pressure of his debut in his hometown? Let's dive into how this game unfolded. The game kicked off with both defenses flexing their muscles. The Bears struck first, with Caleb Williams showing off his dual-threat skills, scrambling for a 9-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Soldier Field erupted, and Vikings fans held their breath. Our boys were struggling to find a rhythm early on. McCarthy faced relentless pressure from Chicago's defensive front, worsened by the absence of star left tackle Christian Darrisaw, still recovering from a torn ACL. Backup Justin SKOL battled, but the Bears' edge rushers, like Jervin Dexter, were in the backfield too often. Minnesota's first 4 drives included 3 3-and-outs. Ouch. But let's talk about that purple pride. Despite the slow start, our defense, led by Jonathan Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel, kept us in the game, limiting Chicago's big plays. How clutch was that? What did you think of our D's early stand? The second quarter saw Minnesota claw back. Kicker Will Reichard, cool as ice, nailed a 59-yard field goal just before halftime, tying a Soldier Field record and cutting the Bears' lead to 10-6. That kick was a momentum shifter, wasn't it, Vikings fans? McCarthy, though, was still finding his footing. 2 of his drives ended with sacks, and the offense couldn't sustain momentum. The Bears' secondary, anchored by Jonathan Owens, was reading our plays like a book. Felt like we were one big play away from breaking through. At halftime, the score was tight, but the vibes were tense. Down 10-6, the Vikings needed a spark. Did you think McCarthy could turn it around? Or were you sweating like me? Let's hear your halftime thoughts in the comments. Then came the gut punch. Early in the third quarter, disaster struck. McCarthy threw a pass intended for Justin Jefferson, but Bears cornerback Nashan Wright, yep, a former Viking, jumped the route and raced 74 yards for a pick-six. Chicago led 17-6, and Soldier Field was rocking. McCarthy later said that moment took him back to a tough college game against TCU, but he refused to let it define him. That's the mentality we love, right? Our young QB stayed composed, even as the Bears crowd smelled blood. How did you stay calm during that play, Vikings fans? The Vikings' next 2 drives ended in punts, and it felt like the game might slip away. But something was brewing. McCarthy's leadership was about to shine. Ready for the comeback? Let's go. Enter the fourth quarter, where legends are made. McCarthy flipped a switch, and the Vikings' offense came alive. On their first drive of the final frame, J.J. connected with Justin Jefferson for a 13-yard touchdown pass, cutting the deficit to 17-12. The 2-point conversion failed, but the tide was turning. Jefferson, our 4-time Pro Bowler, was a matchup nightmare, finishing with 44 yards on a handful of catches. That TD was pure J.J. magic. Smooth route, perfect throw. Who else got chills watching Jefferson do his thing? The Vikings sideline was buzzing, and McCarthy's confidence was contagious. He later said he asked his teammates, "Where else would you rather be? That's our QB." What's your favorite J.J. moment from this game? Momentum fully swung Minnesota's way. On the next drive, McCarthy needed just 3 plays to strike again. He dropped a 27-yard dime to running back Aaron Jones for another touchdown. The conversion pass to Adam Thielen put the Vikings up 20-17 with 9:46 left. SKOL Jones, who also had 44 receiving yards, proved why he's a perfect fit for this offense. That quick strike drive showed the explosiveness of our attack when it clicks. How hyped were you when we took the lead? The Bears' defense was reeling, and our purple faithful in the stands were making noise. Could Chicago respond, or were the Vikings about to run away with it? Keep those comments coming. Fans, with about 3 minutes left, McCarthy sealed the deal. Faking a handoff, he took off up the right side for a 14-yard touchdown run. That scamper made it 27-17, and Soldier Field fell silent. Our QB was out there making history. McCarthy's final stat line: 13 of 20 passes for 143 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception, plus 25 rushing yards and a score. Not bad for a debut, right? He became the first Vikings QB to win his first start since, well, let's just say it's been a while. What did you think of that gutsy run? Drop your reaction below. Let's celebrate our QB's big moment. The Bears weren't done yet. Caleb Williams led a 65-yard drive, capping it with a 1-yard TD pass to Rome Odunze with just over 2 minutes left, making it 27-24. The tension was unreal. Could our defense hold? Williams finished 21 of 35 for 210 yards and a score, showing flashes of why he was the #1 pick. But our secondary, despite missing Harrison Smith due to illness, stepped up when it mattered most. Byron Murphy and company locked it down. Vikings fans, were you biting your nails on that final drive? Tell me how you survived the stress. The Vikings defense stood tall, forcing a stop to seal the 27-24 victory. Soldier Field, where McCarthy attended his first NFL game 18 years ago, became the stage for his triumphant debut. The kid from Chicago delivered for Minnesota. Coach Kevin O'Connell praised McCarthy's poise, saying his fourth-quarter performance showed why the Vikings went all in on him. That 21-point explosion in the final frame was a statement to the NFC North. How proud are you of this team right now? Let's hear those SKOL chants in the comments. Let's talk about the unsung heroes. Kicker Will Reichard was money, nailing both field goals, including that 59-yarder. His leg kept us in the game early. And how about Aaron Jones and Adam Thielen stepping up despite Jordan Addison's absence due to suspension? The defense, despite injuries like Blake Cashman's hamstring issue, held Chicago's run game in check. Grady Jarrett and Dayo Odeyingbo faced a tough test but showed promise. Who was your MVP outside of McCarthy? Drop your thoughts below. Let's give some love to the whole squad. This win marks the Vikings' 8th victory in their last 9 games against the Bears, extending their dominance in the series, 68-58-2 historically. It's a sweet start to the 2025 season, especially on the road in a hostile environment. McCarthy's debut wasn't perfect, but his fourth-quarter heroics, 6 of 8 passes for 87 yards, 2 TDs, and that rushing score, proved he's got the clutch gene. Vikings fans, are we witnessing the start of something special? What's your bold prediction for JJ's season? Hit the comments and let's talk. A quick note on the Bears. Caleb Williams showed growth, but our pass rush, led by Greenid and Van Ginkel, made life tough for him. Chicago's revamped O-line gave Williams more time than last year, but they couldn't handle our heat in crunch time. Rome Odunze and DJ Moore kept the Bears' passing game alive, but our secondary tightened up when it counted. What did you think of Chicago's new-look offense under Ben Johnson? Let's debate. Did our D win this game, or was it all JJ? Share your take. For Vikings fans worldwide, this game was a must-watch, and DAZN NFL Game Pass International had you covered. Every snap of this thriller was available live and on demand, part of their 335 game coverage for the 2025 season. How clutch is that for catching every Vikings moment? Streaming on DAZN, you didn't miss a second of McCarthy's debut or Jefferson's slick moves. If you caught the game on DAZN, how was your experience? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep the global SKOL spirit alive. Where are you watching from? This victory sets the tone for a massive 2025 season. With McCarthy at the helm, Jefferson lighting up defenses, and a relentless pass rush, the Vikings are sending a message to the NFC North. But challenges lie ahead. Can we keep this momentum? Injuries are a concern. Christian Darrisaw's absence hurt, and Blake Cashman's hamstring issue could linger. How do you think we'll fare against a stacked division with the Packers and Lions looming? Sound off below. What's our biggest hurdle moving forward? Vikings fans, this is just the beginning. Week 1 is in the books, and our boys are 1-0 after a comeback for the ages. J.J. McCarthy's debut was a storybook moment, and we're just getting started. What's next for this squad? Don't forget to smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Vikings news updates. Share this video with your fellow SKOL fans, and let's keep the purple pride roaring. SKOL Vikings. See you next week for more action. Where else would you rather be?